You might not believe it, but a simple spice that's probably sitting in your pantry right now could help ease the pressure in your eyes in just a few days. Ever felt a constant haze that makes reading tough? Or felt uneasy walking at night because headlights smear and blur? According to the World Health Organization, more than 76 million people live with glaucoma, and eye pressure is the top risk factor. The good news, we're not talking pricey surgeries, but affordable kitchen staples. If that resonates, subscribe now so you don't miss a thing. I'm Dr. Richard Bennett, a physician with over 30 years of experience helping older adults face the same struggles you're dealing with right now: blurry vision, burning eyes, and the fear of losing independence. I've seen hundreds of patients regain their confidence walking at night and enjoy reading again with just a few simple changes. That's why I want to invite you to stay with me, because what comes next may surprise you. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, pick up the newspaper, put on your glasses, but the letters seem to slip right off the page. Ever tried reading a text on your phone and felt like there's a fog between your eyes and the world? At first, it's just annoying, but soon it becomes a real obstacle woven into every detail of your day. And that fog doesn't stop at reading. It creeps into simple moments like crossing the street. At night, when headlights explode into blurry halos, the fear of tripping or losing your way grows stronger. Have you ever felt uneasy stepping outside in the dark? What used to feel like freedom turns into an anxious challenge. But it's not only physical. The loss of visual clarity weighs heavily on the heart. Hobbies that once brought joy become exhausting. Sewing, knitting, watching TV, following subtitles, or even recognizing the faces of grandkids, suddenly everything demands extra effort. Can you imagine how many precious memories are at risk when your sight begins to fade? Slowly, self-esteem erodes, and many older adults end up feeling like prisoners in their own homes. Then there's the silent fear, the march of eye diseases like cataracts, glaucoma, and macular degeneration. Those names carry a heavy burden of uncertainty. Many people wonder, is it already too late for me? Will I have to depend on someone just to cross the street? This worry is common, yet rarely spoken out loud. And when the medical options show up, they often bring frustration along with them. Expensive surgeries, imported eye drops, treatments that demand strict routines. Have you ever felt discouraged, as if the only paths forward were painful, distant, and out of reach? That's usually the moment hope begins to fade. But here's the truth almost nobody talks about. Your body still carries an incredible ability to repair itself. Even after 60, 70, or 80 years, circulation can be boosted, inflammation can be reduced, and eye comfort can be restored. This isn't magic, it's science, combined with consistent habits. Now take a deep breath and imagine this. What if, a few months from now, you could read subtitles without squinting? What if walking at night felt safe again? What if colors around you seemed brighter, more alive? These possibilities aren't as far away as they seem. And here's the best part, none of this requires miracle drugs or pricey surgeries. The answers are simple, accessible, and they can start today, with spices already in your kitchen. Spices packed with natural compounds that support your vision, protecting against eye pressure and the wear and tear of aging. Get ready, because the very first one is called the invisible medicine. Chances are you've already used it today without realizing it was helping your eyes. Pay close attention now, because this is serious. Weak vision is not the only danger. The greatest risk for people over 60 lies in falls, because they steal away your independence. Did you know that 96% of seniors over 60 have already suffered serious falls? And these falls are not just simple accidents. They often lead to fractures, and worse, they take away your independence, your freedom, and your confidence to walk safely. But there is a simple solution. With just 10 seconds a day, the neurobalance therapy protocol reactivates balance muscles forgotten by time, giving you back your stability and control over your life. Don't wait for the next fall. Regain your confidence today. Click the first link in the comments or point your camera at the QR code and start right now. I guarantee you, this protocol will transform your life. Garlic, the invisible medicine in your kitchen. At first glance, garlic seems like nothing more than a simple seasoning, tossed into pasta sauce, sautéed vegetables, or a roast. But hidden inside that small, ordinary clove is a powerful ally for your eyesight. Many call it the invisible medicine of the kitchen, and with good reason. Eye pressure, which troubles so many older adults, works a lot like a plumbing system. Think of the eye as a network of tiny pipes filled with fluid that needs to circulate freely. When those passages stiffen or clog, drainage slows down. The result? Pressure builds and the optic nerve gets overwhelmed. Over time, that pressure opens the door to glaucoma. So, where does garlic come in? It contains a compound called allicin, which works like a natural relaxant for blood vessels. Picture a traffic jam. Cars at a standstill, honking, frustration rising. Then suddenly a new lane opens and traffic flows again. That's exactly how allicin helps. It lowers resistance inside the vessels, improves blood flow, and supports stable pressure inside the eyes. But here's a key detail. How you prepare it matters. Ever notice how people often fry garlic until it turns dark brown, almost burnt? It may add flavor, but it destroys most of the allicin, which means you lose its benefits without even realizing it. The best way to keep its power intact is to eat it raw, crushed into a salad for instance, or lightly sautéed over low heat for just a few seconds. That's when its compounds remain potent. Science backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, 2021, found that older adults who regularly consumed garlic showed significant improvements in circulation and reductions in systemic blood pressure, both of which directly influence eye pressure. In other words, garlic acts like a natural release valve, giving your eyes the balance they need. And here's a real-life story. Martha, a 68-year-old retired teacher, often complained of a heavy pressure behind her eyes at the end of the day. She feared it might be the beginning of glaucoma. Looking for natural support, she was advised to start adding raw, crushed garlic to her lunch salads. At first, she disliked the strong taste, but with time, she adjusted. 3 months later, she reported less discomfort, and her tests showed her intraocular pressure had stabilized. She was back to reading in the evenings without the same fatigue. Her story shows just how much small changes can matter. Garlic won't replace medical treatment, but it works as an extra layer of protection. It's not a miracle cure, and it doesn't work overnight, but it creates a healthier environment for your eyes. Garlic is the invisible guardian of vision. It opens pathways for blood to flow, lowers internal eye pressure, and provides affordable, practical support. Not a cure, but a smart daily choice that can bring comfort and peace of mind. And if garlic surprised you, just wait for the next spice. It's called the golden treasure of the kitchen, and it acts like a natural shield for your optic nerve, turmeric. Turmeric, the shield for the optic nerve. Turmeric, bright, golden, and instantly recognizable for the rich color it lends to rice, soups, and roasted veggies, is far more than just a natural dye. Hidden inside this humble spice is one of nature's most powerful secrets for protecting vision. Just a pinch can work like a shield around your optic nerve. The optic nerve is the bridge between your eyes and your brain. It works like a fiber optic cable, carrying millions of light signals that allow you to see shapes, colors, and detail. But as the years go by, that cable wears down. Elevated eye pressure and chronic inflammation fray its fibers, blocking smooth signal transmission. The result? Blurry vision, blind spots, and loss of clarity. That's where turmeric steps in. Its active compound, curcumin, is a natural powerhouse, both an anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant. Imagine a rusty gear that grinds and squeaks. Pour a bit of oil on it, and suddenly it turns smoothly again. That's how turmeric works. It oils the stressed tissues, reducing inflammation and shielding the optic nerve from slow, silent damage. But there's one catch most people don't know. Curcumin by itself has low absorption. Think of it as treasure locked inside a safe. To unlock it, you need the key, piperine, found in black pepper. Studies show piperine can boost curcumin absorption by up to 20 times. Without black pepper, most of turmeric's potential slips away unused. A 2019 study from the University of California confirmed this. Curcumin demonstrated neuroprotective effects against inflammation, offering promise for patients with high eye pressure and glaucoma risk. It's not just color in your food, it's science-backed support for your vision. Now let's look at a real story. Alvaro, a 74-year-old retired bus driver, had always feared losing his sight. His older brother developed glaucoma and lost much of his vision. When Alvaro started noticing halos around lights at night, he got worried. He discovered turmeric and decided to give it a try. Every evening, he added a teaspoon of turmeric to his rice and tea, always with a pinch of black pepper. 3 months later, he noticed less burning in his eyes, greater comfort, and test results showing his intraocular pressure had stabilized. He described it this way: "It feels like I've oiled the gears of my eyes." Alvaro's story is proof that progress is gradual, not instant. Discipline and consistency made the difference. Small daily steps became real care for his eyes. It's important to be clear, turmeric doesn't replace eye drops or professional care, but it is a safe, inexpensive, and accessible ally. Found in grocery stores, farmers markets, and even backyard gardens, turmeric slips easily into everyday recipes. The secret lies in repetition, little by little, every single day. Turmeric is the natural shield for your optic nerve. It calms inflammation, guards against the damage of eye pressure, and, when paired with black pepper, unlocks its full power. Not a miracle cure, but a powerful tool to keep your vision clearer and safer. If turmeric is the oil that keeps gears running smoothly, the next spice is the one that clears the traffic. It boosts circulation, unlocks blockages, and delivers immediate relief. Ginger. Ginger, the spice that gets blood flowing. Ginger is one of the oldest and most treasured spices in human history. For centuries, traditional Chinese and Indian medicine praised it for its ability to unlock stagnation. And if you've ever sipped a hot cup of ginger tea and felt your body instantly wake up, you know that sensation isn't random. It's all about circulation, and circulation is directly tied to eye health. When we talk about vision, we must talk about blood flow. The eyes are nourished by some of the body's most delicate blood vessels. Picture a tiny city with narrow, winding streets. Along those streets travel cars carrying oxygen and nutrients, your blood. But when traffic jams, everything piles up, pressure rises, and the whole system is at risk. That's what happens when eye circulation slows. Fluid builds up, and eye pressure spikes. Here's where ginger shines. Its active compound, gingerol, works as a mild vasodilator. In plain English, it helps widen those streets, clearing the traffic jam. Think of ginger as a traffic officer who steps in, waves his hands, and suddenly the cars start moving again. The outcome? Less resistance, smoother blood flow, and lower pressure inside the eyes. And this isn't just an old folktale. In 2020, researchers in Iran published a study in the Journal of Ophthalmic and Vision Research showing that ginger consumption improved ocular circulation and reduced inflammatory markers. Science is confirming what tradition already knew. Ginger doesn't just warm the body, it protects delicate systems like the eyes by improving flow. So how can you actually use it? Fresh ginger is best. Grate it into morning tea, add thin slices to hot water, blend it into smoothies, or cook it lightly into stir-fries. The magic isn't in using a huge amount once, it's in small, steady doses every day. Just half a teaspoon of fresh ginger daily can make a difference over time. Of course, moderation matters. Too much ginger can trigger heartburn for some people. That's why starting small is key, letting your body adjust as it becomes part of your routine. Now, here's a real story. Irene, a 70-year-old retired seamstress, always felt heavy, aching eyes by late afternoon. When she was diagnosed with early signs of glaucoma, fear hit her hard. Losing independence was her biggest worry. Her granddaughter, a nutrition student, suggested adding fresh ginger to her daily tea. Irene hesitated at first, but soon noticed a change. Within 2 months, she reported less discomfort, a newfound lightness in her eyes, and her tests showed a small but steady drop in eye pressure. She described it as if her eyes could breathe again. Her experience underlines a crucial point. Ginger isn't a miracle, but it is a consistent ally. It doesn't replace medical care, but it adds real support to daily eye health. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. The fresh air rushes in and relief follows. And the best part? Ginger is accessible. You'll find it in any grocery store. It stores easily, and it blends seamlessly into different dishes and drinks. That means anyone can add this ally to their daily life without big costs or complicated steps. Ginger is the spice that gets blood flowing. It opens pathways, enhances eye circulation, and delivers real relief. Not a cure, but a steady, reliable friend for anyone who wants to protect their vision. And if ginger clears the traffic, the next spice calms the river. It doesn't just sweeten your coffee, it helps keep blood sugar under control, preventing sugar from putting extra pressure on your eyes. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, the sweet shield against sugar. Few people realize that cinnamon, the warm, fragrant spice that brings comfort and nostalgia, can play a critical role in protecting vision. Most think of it only as something to sprinkle on coffee or baked goods. But beyond the sweet aroma, cinnamon works quietly as a guardian against one of the greatest threats to your eyes: excess sugar in the blood. Have you ever thought about how damaging high blood sugar can be for your eyes? Just like high pressure inside the eye, glucose overload is a silent enemy. It weakens the body's most fragile blood vessels, especially those in the retina. Imagine a river that swells after a storm, spilling over its banks and destroying the surrounding land. That's what happens when glucose levels climb. The delicate retinal vessels can't hold up, and vision suffers. Here's where cinnamon steps in. Rich in polyphenols and a compound called cinnamaldehyde, it improves insulin sensitivity, helping the body regulate blood sugar more effectively. Put simply, cinnamon is like a caretaker of the river, keeping the current steady and calm, preventing destructive floods that threaten the land. Science supports this role. A 2021 review in the Journal of Diabetes Research showed that cinnamon can help reduce fasting blood glucose and improve insulin resistance in adults. Not a miracle cure, but a natural, evidence-backed ally that integrates easily into daily life. But there's a common mistake people make. Maybe you've seen someone sprinkle cinnamon on their coffee, yet still load it with 2 heaping spoonfuls of sugar. That cancels out the benefit entirely. The secret isn't adding cinnamon on top of sugar, it's replacing part of the sugar with cinnamon. Its natural sweetness and aroma reduce the need for added sugar, while protecting your metabolism and your eyes. Take, for example, the story of Raymond, a 69-year-old retired farmer. For decades, he sweetened every cup of coffee with 2 big scoops of sugar. After being told he had high blood sugar and elevated eye pressure, he was advised to cut back and try cinnamon instead. At first, it felt odd, but soon he adapted to the change. 3 months later, his blood sugar had improved, his eye pressure stabilized, and he said, "My eyes feel lighter, less tired at the end of the day." His story shows that cinnamon isn't just a spice, it's a daily act of self-care. Every sprinkle on coffee, tea, fruit, or oatmeal isn't only about taste, but about protection. Each grain is like a tiny shield guarding your eyes from damage. And cinnamon is accessible. You can find it in any supermarket, it stores well, and it blends easily into countless recipes. A teaspoon a day is enough to unlock its benefits. Of course, as with any food, moderation matters. Too much cinnamon can cause discomfort in some people, but used wisely, it's a sweet, aromatic, and powerful ally. Cinnamon is far more than a flavor boost. It's a shield against the damage of glucose, a stabilizer for eye pressure, and a protector of the retina. A small swap, less sugar, more cinnamon, can become a concrete step toward clearer vision and greater independence. And what happens when all these spices come together? That's where the next story comes in, the journey of Anthony, who used garlic, turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon to preserve his vision and regain his confidence. Real stories have the power to turn theory into tangible hope. And Anthony's journey, a 72-year-old retired construction worker, is the perfect example of how small daily choices can create big results. Anthony had always been active. He worked outdoors, loved fixing things around the house, and spent evenings poring over the newspaper. But one fear followed him everywhere. Both his father and brother had lost much of their vision to glaucoma. Deep down, he believed the same fate was waiting for him. One night, after noticing blurry halos around headlights and struggling to read small print, Anthony finally visited an eye doctor. The diagnosis confirmed his suspicion: elevated intraocular pressure. With his family history, the news felt like a sentence. Is it already too late for me? He wondered. That's when he received a simple but powerful suggestion: try natural dietary changes focused on circulation, blood sugar control, and optic nerve protection using everyday spices. At first, Anthony was skeptical. Could something so ordinary really make a difference? Still, he decided to give it a shot. He started with garlic. Every day at lunch, he crushed a raw clove and added it to his salad. Then he brought turmeric into his dinners, always paired with a pinch of black pepper. In the mornings, he sipped hot ginger tea, fresh and invigorating. And in place of spoonfuls of sugar, he began sprinkling cinnamon into his coffee. The first days weren't easy. Garlic's pungent taste and turmeric's bitterness were hard to get used to, but his wife reminded him gently they were protecting the most precious gift, his vision. Soon, the new flavors became familiar, woven into daily life. 3 months later, the payoff came. His follow-up exams showed a steady drop in intraocular pressure. It wasn't a miracle turnaround, but it was progress, enough to stabilize his condition and ease the risk of worsening. More importantly, Anthony felt the difference. He no longer ended his days with stinging, heavy eyes. The halos at night bothered him less. Reading the newspaper once again felt like a pleasure, not a chore. And with that came something even greater, the return of confidence. He walked with his grandkids without fear, fixed things around the house, and laughed without worrying about missing their smiles. Anthony summed it up in a phrase he loved to repeat: "Every pinch of spice on my plate feels like I'm protecting my freedom." And that, more than anything, captured the true meaning of his journey. His story proves that it's never too late to act. You don't need expensive solutions or miracle cures. With discipline and consistency, even the humblest ingredients, garlic, turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon, can become powerful allies. Anthony's example shows that protecting your eyes isn't about chasing perfection. It's about taking steady, simple steps that add up over time. It's about preserving not just vision, but independence, dignity, and all the little moments that make life worth seeing. After learning about the 4 spices and hearing Anthony's story, one question naturally arises: how do I put all of this into practice in my daily life? The answer is a simple, repeatable, and accessible ritual. It doesn't require major lifestyle changes, just consistency. Think of this ritual like the thread that weaves a quilt. Each stitch might look small, but together they form something strong and lasting. In the same way, each pinch of spice may seem minor, yet their daily sum builds real protection for your vision. Step 1. Morning wake-up with ginger tea. Start your day with a cup of hot tea made from fresh ginger slices. Let them steep for 5 to 10 minutes. This warms the body, stimulates circulation, and gives your eyes an energizing boost first thing in the morning. To supercharge it, add a pinch of turmeric and black pepper, turning it into a natural tonic. Ask yourself, isn't this a better fuel for your eyes than another sugary drink? Step 2. Smarter coffee with cinnamon. At breakfast, cut back on sugar and sprinkle cinnamon into your coffee. Cinnamon naturally adds sweetness while helping to stabilize blood sugar. It's like swapping a bumpy road for a smooth, safe highway. Have you tried it? It's simple, flavorful, and a smart move for your eyes. Step 3. Midday garlic, the invisible guardian. At lunch, crush 1 raw garlic clove and add it to your salad, or lightly cook it in your vegetables. The key is not overcooking. Avoid browning it, so the allicin, its active compound, stays intact. Think of it as opening an extra lane on a crowded road, easing traffic and lowering pressure inside the eyes. Step 4. Evening turmeric, the golden protector. At dinner, include turmeric in your rice, soup, or roasted vegetables, always paired with a pinch of black pepper to unlock curcumin's full potential. It's like using the right key to open a lock. This calms inflammation and preps your eyes for nighttime recovery. Step 5. Consistency is what transforms. The magic doesn't come from taking large amounts at once, but from sticking with the routine. Within a week, you might notice small changes, less irritation, more comfort. Within 3 months, as Anthony's story showed, real progress can appear in test results. Can you imagine looking in the mirror and realizing your eyes feel lighter, less strained? This ritual is simple, but it requires discipline. Skipping breaks the chain. Just like watering a plant, steady, small doses of care add up to something powerful. The 4-spice ritual is straightforward: ginger tea in the morning, cinnamon coffee, garlic at lunch, and turmeric at dinner. A daily cycle that turns your kitchen into a natural pharmacy for your eyes. It's not a miracle cure, but a proven way to preserve clarity and independence. So far, we've focused on foods you can find right in your kitchen, but there's another secret that can amplify your eye health even further. Simple eye exercises you can do in under 5 minutes a day. They cost nothing, require no equipment, and can be done anywhere. Just like the body needs movement to stay strong, your eyes also need gentle exercise to maintain flexibility and circulation. Think of it as stretching for your vision. Exercise 1. The vision circle. Sit comfortably, keep your head still, and move only your eyes. Trace a full circle, up, sideways, down, and back. Repeat 5 times in each direction. This activates the eye muscles and boosts blood flow. Exercise 2. Dual focus. Hold your finger about 8 inches from your face and focus on it for a few seconds. Then shift your gaze to a distant point, like a tree, a picture on the wall, or even a street sign outside. Alternate near and far for 1 minute. This strengthens focusing ability and helps ease eye fatigue. Exercise 3. Rest in darkness. Close your eyes and gently cover them with your palms without pressing. Take 3 deep breaths and picture calm darkness. This simple pause relaxes the eye muscles and relieves tension. Many older adults report that after making these exercises part of their daily routine, they experience less irritation, more comfort, and even better sleep quality. It's the perfect complement to the spice ritual. Remember, your eyes need more than food. They need movement and rest. Just 3 minutes a day of eye exercises can bring immediate relief and strengthen your defenses against age-related wear. We've come a long way, and maybe you're asking yourself, is it really worth starting now? The answer is simple. It's never too late. You've seen how everyday spices, garlic, turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon can become powerful allies for your vision. You've also discovered how quick, easy eye exercises can bring relief and vitality. None of this requires miracle cures or expensive treatments. These are practical, affordable choices that fit seamlessly into daily life. Many people believe that once they reach 60 or 70, there's little they can do to protect their eyes. But the truth is, every action matters. Every pinch of spice, every sip of tea, every minute of exercise is an investment in your freedom and independence. Don't expect overnight miracles. Expect steady progress, the kind that builds day by day. And remember, you're not alone. Millions of people share the same struggles: blurry vision, tired eyes, the fear of glaucoma. And like you, many are discovering there is still hope. Small, consistent habits can make a difference. The human body has an astonishing ability to respond to care. Even after decades of wear and tear, it thanks you for every positive step. Your body still responds, and that's why it's never too late to start. If you felt even a spark of hope while listening to this, hold on to it. Protecting your vision means protecting your moments, seeing your grandkids smile, catching the colors of a sunset, turning the pages of a favorite book. The real path isn't in quick fixes, but in daily care. It's not too late. You're not alone, and your body is still ready to respond. If this video brought you clarity, don't keep this information to yourself. Vision is a treasure, and taking care of it means taking care of your story, your family, and all the moments still ahead. That's why I'm asking you for 3 simple actions. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to protect their eyes, and subscribe to the channel to keep receiving content like this. By subscribing, you make sure you won't miss any practical tips, science-based explanations, or real-life stories of people just like you who found hope in simple choices. Sharing is even more powerful. With one click, you might help a friend or relative avoid complications and discover that it's still possible to preserve their vision. Think about it. How many smiles, afternoon walks, and evenings of reading could be saved with just one shared video? And when you hit the like button, you're helping this message reach more people who need it. It's the quickest way to show that this work matters and to spread this care further. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these spices will you try first in your daily routine? Leave your answer in the comments. Your experience could inspire others to take their first step too. Like, share, subscribe, and above all, practice. The future of your vision starts with the choices you make today.